Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and once again, welcome to the second closed beta of Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. Once again, I have been granted time by the theryupichu on the account that they received, so that once again I can be with you this evening. I should be with you for several hours this time, and we are just going to enjoy the remaining time that we have, because this may go all the way up until the end of when the closed beta test actually goes down. And there has been an extension, as I mentioned before, to the closed beta test because of the issues that happened on the first day, plus the 3-hour maintenance they had to do with fixing up the emergency quest. So, one of those should be coming up in the next couple of hours, I believe. So, we will be definitely participating in that. In the meantime, to open up here, I did want to show off just how good the reflections are from the water here. As you can see, it is actually amazing how good this looks here, especially with the way how if you look where my legs are, the water is basically being distorted down there, or rather, they're being the legs are being distorted by how the water is treating them. So it is a really good effect they've got. Maybe the circle at the top needs a little bit of work because it seems like it like the animation resets or something, but other than that, this is looking like a pretty good animation here. And then, of course, once I start swimming around, then you know, it's still a lot of fun. All right, let me go ahead and hop out of here. All right, so we're pretty much just gonna pick up where we left off last time. We're going to make our way out to the northern side of the area, and start off with a little bit of grinding up there, and we'll see where things go from there. I do want to give the other classes a chance here in this time, but let me kind of get a warm-up here first with just a little bit of grinding. Who do we have out here? Actually, not a lot of players right now. Let me hit this device up real quick. And that explains it. We're actually in sort of an empty block right now. Let me see if I can get it into block 0. No, I can't. Alright. How about one that's not completely filled? How about this one here? Oh, I got disconnected. Okay. Alright, let's get back in here. I guess I tried to switch blocks too quickly there. Yeah, that is kind of a funny thing there, Larson. I guess we can say, photons? And, hey, Wolfric, glad to see you made it here. I know you weren't 100% certain if you were going to make it or not for this. Okay, so, and that's right, I wanted to actually hit up over here first, before we went out, because, there was a client order, or rather, a task that got completed, apparently, but I guess didn't hand in automatically, so let me go ahead and talk to this cast here. Looks like we just got some stuff for our efforts, including a weapon I could have used a while ago. Now, I wish the information of what you got actually showed up here in the panel, because, I mean, it just popped up real quick, and then it went away. Alright, let's see if I can get into a fuller block this time. How about this one here? There we go. Okay, and with that, let's now make our way to the north. Yeah, no kidding about sleep. I'm right there with you. It's been an interesting day. I'm effectively jet lagged right now because of how things have played out with this whole thing. Oh, actually, it looks like everybody is to the north. So, in that case, let's see. Yeah, it might be quicker for me to just teleport up there. At least it's really quick to make a teleport like this. That's one of the really nice things. Alright, so... Okay, so we have a trial right here, so let's get in here. And I'm gonna say it again, the one thing that's missing from Hunter right now is a gap closer. If Hunter can get a gap closer attack, then I think they'll be perfect to go. And I know it's weird for me to be saying that after all the work that they did giving us the photon run and glide here, but really they do need some kind of a gap closer to help them out in combat. With the environment that we have here currently, I don't think it's necessarily necessary. And I mean that because between the Ryuker devices that allow you to teleport around the area, plus the fact that really, this island is still very small at this point, I don't think it's really going to be necessary. I mean, put it this way, this snowy area that isn't open right now, but should in the next, once the game comes out, right now it seems like that might only be like 1,000 distance units across, and then you just hit the ocean again. So I don't think the area is necessarily big enough to warrant that at this point. And yeah, Wolfric, I completely agree with you there. I would say, if anything, if Hunter could get Guilty Break back, that would probably be a good thing. You know, still make it so that the photon running here is still faster than Guilty Break, so people don't start spamming Guilty Break to move around. And I think we'd have a good thing there for Hunter. Let's see, where is everybody ending up? Back in here, it looks like. I guess right now everybody's just kind of spreading out until a trial pops up. Actually, that's a pretty big enemy we got over there. Let's go ahead and head that way. Oh, and I think we actually have a Techer in the group, because I just got healed. And that's one of their abilities, the ability to spread Restimate around to other players. This is Hunter. And welcome to the show, Trauma Hits. Alright, about halfway done. Nice, somebody froze him. And down they go. Or I guess they're blasting off again. I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna call that. Got some more dolls over here. I might start warming up to that one if I can't figure anything else out, Rooks. Alright, we got a trial over here. Which nobody else seems to be coming towards. Oh hey, I don't think I've actually seen this enemy yet. This is an enemy that buffs other enemies around it. To a degree, I guess it's kind of like Biomaduna, if I had to associate it with something I fought before. Okay, that trial's done for. Still gotta mop up the rest of them here, though. You know, I wish there was a way to reassign what button does the that enables you to do the drop attack. Maybe there is a way to do it, and I'm just not sure where it is in the options menu, but that's something I'd like to see if it doesn't exist yet. Because sometimes I'm accidentally holding down the spacebar, and I go to make a normal attack, and instead I do a drop attack, not actually intending to do that. Also, hello, stormy weather. Ah, what a cutie. So many little critters like this around. Yep. Oh, we got a big one over there. Oh boy, he's level 19. This is gonna be interesting. And he's also got Shift and D-Band on him as well. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. Alright, let me pull this. Nope, that's right, I've got the wrong class for that. Alright, where is Sonic Arrow? So I can do some long-range attacks. Oh, there I go. Yeah, it's funny, there's still some music that I know exists, but I haven't heard or seen in any stream yet, and I'm wondering when they're actually going to pop up. Like, there's a fairly funky boss music that I know exists, but I haven't seen it anywhere. Yeah, this is a Gigantix, or as if this really is a sequel to Phantasy Star Nova, this is a Gigantes! Or at least that was one, and now it just ran away, I guess. I guess you only have until the storm ends to take it down. Still, I was able to block one of its attacks and not take damage, so I'll settle for that. Let's see. Next trial is taking us upwards, apparently. So I gotta figure out how to get up there. And Captain Radix, thank you very much for the subscription. Let's see, I think the last time I got up here, I used this. Yeah. I did this, and then I did this. Followed it up with this. And that lets me get all the way up here. Things are going very well, Captain. It's a, the game is going to be winding down for the second closed beta in several hours from now. We're basically into extended hours now because the servers got were put into emergency maintenance several times. And once again, I do have to thank the theryupichu for allowing me time on the account that they have to be able to bring this to you. Based on the timing that they gave me, I probably got somewhere between 4 to 5 hours remaining, which will, if there's any time remaining on the closed beta test at that point, that might still give them like an hour after, I think. Let's see, where's the next target? I guess we're waiting for the next trial to pop up right now. Got some enemies to the north, though. But those just look like altars, but I guess we'll make our way down there anyway. Yeah, no, he definitely saved me on this whole situation. So I was afraid I was not going to get any chance to play this until global, and that being if I even managed to get selected for that. But yeah, I love the world that's been built here. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the lore's going to turn into. I think this island is way too much looking like it could turn like, and that's what this seems to be right now. It just seems to be a somewhat small island that everything takes place on. So small, but large enough to the point where I would not be surprised if a battle bus accidentally shows up at one point. Which I'm hoping that doesn't end up happening, of course, but, you know, it unfortunately kind of has a little bit of that feel. Okay, I don't have the spacebar held down anymore. What's causing me to drop? As far as we know, that may have been part of everything. We'll have to see. I'm jokingly terrified of the idea. I'll put it to you that way. Looks like everybody's gathering over to the west. Well, keep in mind, they're not the only one. I mean, I've been saying for months that New Genesis has the potential to lead us back to Algol after all this time. Or rather, that PSO2 is going to lead us to Algol, and that this is potentially going to be part of that story. And hey, level 12, nice. Finally, another cast that looks kind of blue. I seem to be alone in my style here, at least until now. Anyway, we got one of these AT-ATs here. So let's take it down. The fact that at the end of PSO2, you basically become the Great Light that is spoken of in the introduction of Phantasy Star and the Millennium. Not to mention the presence of characters such as Lashik, who is a prominent figure in the first Phantasy Star. Varuna Lashik, rather. Lashik is the name that they're referred to by in Phantasy Star, and Phantasy Star: The End of the Millennium. So there's a little bit too many coincidences going on for us to just simply say it's coincidence. Where did everybody end up now? We're just spreading out. Okay. I wish I could zoom out the map in the corner a little bit more, or even, I guess, kind of customize it, make it. Let me see here. Can I do anything with this? Can I like drag it around? No, it doesn't seem like it. Can I? Plus, it's weird to have it over here now instead of in the upper right where it used to be. Frankly, I wish that we had more UI customization in all this. I think that's the bigger ask here. I would love to actually make better use of the space. Like, for instance, push this 15 out of 32 right up into the corner. Maybe pull this over here. Put the data connection right next to the 1532. Put the time of day maybe down here, and do all sort of other things like that. Heck, maybe even for old time's sakes, maybe move my HP and photon points up into the corner like it was back in the original Phantasy Star Online. I mean, I was able to do that with the chat window here. It used to be like this, and I moved it into the corner here. So there's a little bit of customization, but it's not a ton, and I wish there was more. Okay, we got a trial going on. Alright, once again, this is that enemy that fights very similarly to how an enemy in Phantasy Star Universe fights. One of the seed forms, in particular the one that Hyuga turns into when he becomes infected. During episode 2. Well, technically he got infected in episode 1, and then it finally manifested itself in episode 2. Oh yeah, I know about that. That is a trinary star system. It's also known as the, what is it? The, I think it's also known as the Medusa Star and the Demon Eye, I think, if I remember correctly about that alkyl. But it's not the same. They do. If I had to associate the dolls, yeah, they look a little bit like the Seed, as well as one other enemy from Universe, which shows up in. Oh, what was that mission called? It's basically an enemy that absorbs whatever element you attack it with and uses that to counter. I just can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. The Kajibari, I think, or maybe something like that. I got a few feet. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, let's see. What is this called? Yeah, the Kaga Jibari, I believe is what it's called. And I wish I could manually control the camera. I would love to stay zoomed out like this all the time. Oh, this one's armor is looking kind of old. Or covered in moss or something. I think this is one of those dread enemies they were talking about. Yeah, Sea Venus is what I'm thinking of. But that was the one that was like doing the kick flips and things like that a minute or two ago. Alright, so I am noticing some frame drops. Give me one moment. I'm going to try to figure out what's going on here. Oh, CPU. It's coming from OBS itself. That's weird. Okay, hang on. Something's up with the encoding. Give me just a moment, everyone. I'm gonna bring the stream down for just a couple of seconds here, and I'm gonna try to reset something here. Give me just a moment. I will be right back. Alrighty, I think we are back, everyone. Here, my apologies for the issues here. This was really surprising. That this had happened here, and turned out it was actually a combination of things here, including suddenly all the DNS that I had completely breaking on me. So it was not just only my computer, but also my modem having issues as well. But I think everything is good to go now. I'm not seeing the frame drops anymore here, and honestly, I think it was that was causing the issue here. Because if there was any issues with OBS sending the data out to Twitch, that would have been reflected in OBS in the way I was seeing it. So, yeah, I apologize that happened, but everything seems to have cleared up now. So, we are going to continue on here at this point. I'm thinking maybe we'll give this another 5 minutes or so of sort of warm up here, because I gotta kind of now re-warm up, I guess. And then, at that point, then we will head back into town, and I want to try out the other classes at that point. Let's start off with this big guy here. Once again, something I do want to note here is the tentacles on this guy, on his back. It's very similar to how one of the enemies from Phantasy Star Nova looked, and in fact, even like the tips of the tentacles look similar. The way that they are kind of capped off like that. So it is definitely something to be seeing here. Which once again leads me to believe that this may be some sort of a sequel to Phantasy Star Nova, and once again, hats off to Arwen for figuring that out in the first place here. And Captain Radix, welcome back here. And thank you for the host. Ooh, that's a good hit. As I was saying before, I would love to be able to keep this camera out all the time, rather than it zooming back in after this fight is over. Now I am looking forward to the team fixing the animation, the ability to block quicker and not get stuck in your animation. That is something that they said they are working on. So right now, as it is, if I go into like one of my photon arts, I can't cancel out of it quickly to start blocking. Possibly. Otherwise, I'm sure somebody will eventually create a mod that will be able to do something similar. I know such a mod exists currently in PSO2, but it's something I would be looking forward to seeing, to being able to just constantly leave the camera further out than in other times. This guy is about, I want to say, actually, I don't think it's halfway down. I think it's closer, maybe 30% down in this particular case. And I do want to try to go for these parries when I can, because what ends up happening is I go straight into the last hit of my combo at that point, my normal attack combo. And that allows me to dish out some damage quickly, even without having to use a Photon Art. So as you can see right now, his weak spot is that yellow thing on his head. That seems to be some sort of a battery or something like that. Thank you very much, Radix. Hopefully, yeah, we don't have any other issues like that, like just happened here a short while ago. And have a good rest there for yourself as well. Alright, I need him to stand still for a moment. Ah, that's a shame. He ran away from the second hit. Alright, you know what? Let me break this out. Oh, that's right, I can't do that. Oh, but there it goes anyway. Let's see, where was it? There we go. And the singularity goes boom. Alright, let me get some Restimates. So, thank you for that suggestion there, Rooks. Let's see here. Restimate and... Restimate. Okay. Let's head back into town. Alright, and so with that, let's switch over to Gunner. And I'm gonna set my subclass to Ranger. And so with that, this is going to be give me a completely new set of weapons to use, so twin mech guns there, as well as the rifle there. Funnily enough, you actually can equip the rifle as a gunner still here in this version, so this will also count as trying out Ranger as well. So just going out into the field, let me try locking onto one of these big guys and see how this feels. Seems pretty quick. Let's see. I also need to change up my sub palette now, don't I? Oh, and I can't equip that unit yet. Okay. So... I guess we'll put that there, and put that there. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, that's got a fairly long combo on it. That does a blast all around. And that does something point blank. Okay. And then, of course, the gunner can also just sort of flip all around if they want to. And once again, take a look at them. They're just kind of working out there. Until they decide to break their rocks, that is. I don't know if I would say that, considering they're breaking their own rocks. I would say very much that that's a break. Okay, it looks like we've got a target right under us here. A target I am going to immediately run away from because I am level 1, and that is a level 10 boss. And it appears to be following me. Great. Up we go. can't get me up here. Yeah, I hope. Doesn't seem to be following me, though. Alright, here we have those otter seals once again. Let me see if I can get a nice close-up here. Okay, we got a trial here. I will say this, it is nice to not have that slowdown on the third loop anymore. Compared to how it is with Gunner on PSO2. So I would say that's a very good change that was made here. Oh my goodness, this big guy thinks he's Sonic the Hedgehog or something. Yeah, Gunner is definitely different, and I could never do damage numbers like other people could in PSO2. Yeah, and he's also lost his quill, so unfortunately it's not like I can make a Chungus Sonic joke there. So it's a little bit too different in that sense for that one to work. Alright, let me swap over to the rifle now. And let me get that one set up. Go like that, and like that. It's definitely an improvement over PSO2. I'll say that much, just from the brief time that I gave it here. Now, rifle is different now in that you need to keep yourself at a certain distance to do max damage with it. If I keep pulling myself out like this, so yeah, I'm doing 7s, and then out here, I'm doing closer like... Well, maybe I still haven't found the distance, and these guys are dying a little too quick here. Okay, yeah, it looked like that was about the right distance. Now, do I have anything for the sub-palette that I should use? Let's see. I've got two things, apparently. That it does. Okay, and Ranger now has a weapon action that allows you to dodge and fire at the same time. Hey, you can just kind of loop around enemies now. It's definitely more mobile than it used to be. Nice, level 2. There seems to be some recovery time when using that particular photon arc, so I don't know how useful that one would be. The other thing I'm noticing here is that there's no more. It's no longer a roll dodge that you're doing when you just straight up dodge as a ranger or gunner. Alright, let's try the Photon Blast. That looks like satellite cannon. Yeah, it looks like right about here is the sweet spot in damage. Now, I wonder... Yeah, that one... I noticed the map wasn't doing, like, grid arrangements anymore, so I was kind of curious if that command was going to work anymore. Apparently not. Alright, now, do I have anything for the sub-palette for this weapon? I'm not seeing anything in particular. Honestly, I'm not even sure how to start my chain trigger at this point. Yeah, no kidding. New Genesis definitely looks really good at this point. I guess that one was already running away. Just hit an enemy and then use a photon arc. Which photon arc, though? Some kind of a message pod here. So I wonder if it'll be possible to actually sit down in these chairs in the full release. I'll take that, Miseta. I do want to hang out here for just a moment, and just capture this this tent here, because we've been finding tents and things all over the map here, and it's not really clear what they're all doing out here like this. I mean, maybe there are explorers of or arcs that go out exploring like this, but still, where are they? Why did they leave their tents up, and why is nobody here? I mean, it could just simply be as simple as the NPCs aren't currently spawned in, but still, it's interesting that all this equipment is just being left around with nobody even paying attention to it. There's virtually no story, aside from what there is in the environment. Like that that boat that was ashore with the two cloth thingies, and the tent above it that has nobody there either. The only other possible story that there is would be like those message pods that we've been seeing every now and then. But unfortunately, without understanding Japanese, I can't make heads or tails out of those. Alright, let's make our way back into town, and next I want to try out Force. So, in this case, I'm gonna do Force Hunter. And do I not have a wand? I do, it's just, it's more powerful than I can actually currently equip. Which is interesting. Huh. Oh, I just realized my inventory's full. Let me throw some of that in storage for the time being. Yes, subclass levels up as well. Can I maybe buy one of these? Okay, here we go. Alright, and then let me come back over here. I do want to grab one of the swords. Sure. Alright, that creates a multi-class weapon. And so now... let's say... I set this up. And let's see how this goes. Sure. And then also for my sub-palette, I've actually got several abilities to use here. Photon Flare, that gives me more, what is that? Photon point conversion, I think? Okay, yeah, that looks like a full setup for my sub-paladin weapon. And then, actually, I should be able to put in the last slot here. Yeah, that one there. Because if I go like that, then I can just use that. Okay, so I can close in on a target and then go right at them with the sword then. Yeah, this then gives the the Force a way to actually do some decent damage, even at close range if they need to. Well, that was a quick one, but somebody was already taking them down. And look at this, another campsite. And this time, no message pod around. Yeah, this is really strange that there's no NPCs around, that all this equipment is just being left around. Plus these boxes on the left that you can't even open them, so what purpose is there for all this here? Now, I am curious, let's see. Yes, you actually can set both weapons normal attack in, if you want to. So that actually makes leveling up even easier, because at that point, if I want to level up another class, I can just basically do what I've been doing in PSO2 this whole time, and just basically do as I say, not as I do, where the weapon is just a sword while I'm using it for the completely inappropriate class. So yeah, I love this system. It basically lets you create your own all-class weapon, or multi-class weapon, I guess, instead of an all-class weapon, but it lets you just set it up however you want to set it up, rather than having to luck into there being an event weapon that has all classes on it, essentially. Alright, that's a level 10 target. I'm not gonna bother with that. A lot of high-level enemies in the area. Alright, so since that's how we can set that up, let me do this now. Yeah, and even guarding is the same. It doesn't revert it back to the rod guard, essentially. Huh. That's an interesting technique. Alright, so question, is there a reason why you have to stop charging photon points when you're running around? I feel like that just slows the gameplay down a bit. Okay, so here's a thought. Start combat like this, and you get your Zond technique out, or Gaizond rather, and then you just start doing damage. That kind of makes this, the uncharged Gaizond sort of work like a dot, or a damage over time ability. Granted, you have to get up close to the enemy. And then I had something circling around me there. I need to look back at what that might be. Give me a second here. It'll probably be on the wiki site, the Visiphone wiki, that Arkslayer manages. Oh, let's see. I think the damage is just based on your overall power. So it uses this number here, the 835 that I have here currently. And hey, Plushy, how you doing? Okay, so I am seeing the same thing I saw earlier in this broadcast with the frame rate. I'm gonna try seeing if there's anything else I can do here to try to fix that, because this has only popped up starting this evening here, so I'm not really sure what's going on anymore. Let's see. It's not like I'm running out of space or anything on the drive. That would have been the first idea I had. This is talking something about 3D, but I'm not really sure what it is. Okay, this one seems to be indicating how many players get their information loaded. Let me drop that back to 8. And this one seems to be shadow quality or something like that. And then what is this? Okay. This is where I can change the overall quality setting, but I know that if I go changing that, it's going to kick me out of the game. So I'm not going to touch that for now. It seems like things have calmed down, though, so let's give this a try here. That might have got it. And actually, you know what? I am noticing the game seems a little snappier making the changes I just made. So, hopefully that's the last of what I have to do here to actually get this going good here. Alright, let me try a photon flare. That attack seems to be the new over end of New Genesis. You know what? That's not a bad idea there, Rooks. Let me see. Translate. And... I completely forgot that that crag bear was over there. Alright. Alright, back to town. Or, I guess, to the closest Ryuker device, I guess? Alright, let's try this again. I keep getting interrupted here. Yeah, that's what it seems to be. There are other things that go into it, or rather, there are multiple things that go into that stat. So that includes your weapon damage, as well as what skills you've got and what what kind of abilities you've got tied to like your units and such, plus how strong your units are as well. So it's sort of like a combined number. Most players are shooting to get it up to 950 to be able to participate in emergency quests. Alright, let me try that again now that we have taken care of the threat. Okay, here we go. These are the graphics settings. Alright, light source, fur expression. That one might be a good one to turn off as well. And yeah, blur. That, you always want to have blur turned off. That is such a useless thing to have. Let's see. That one's tessellation, and then this is anti-aliasing. Tessellation, apparently can be problematic. Although I'm surprised at the same time that that a 2080 is having issues like this. That is still a still decently recent video card, especially considering the shortage that's going on right now. Alright, yeah. I think I've got turned off the ones that I want to have turned off here. I need to remember more often to pull that up. I guess I'm just sort of old-styled in that way. Yeah, definitely, they're still working on the game, so there are other developments that they can make. But yeah, it's an interesting way of fighting, I'll put you that way. I've never really been much of a force, but I'll still give it a try once we get to the full release. Let's see. We've already tried out rifle combat, so the only other one that's left now is Tekker. We did Hunter Tekker before, but not Tekker as the main class, and I'm curious how that'll turn out here. If there's going to be much of a change at all. Actually, that's interesting. Even if the weapon has, even if the things are swapped around, where in this case I'm Tekker Hunter and I built this weapon to be a Hunter Tekker weapon, it'll work in reverse as well. So I can directly equip the sword if I want to here. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, let's do this. And we'll set this up similar to how I did the last one as well. Let's see. Yes, we'll put Barta there, and then that goes there, and that one goes there. Or actually, I'll make this the regular attack. Yeah, this is still way above and better than I ever would have expected it to be. I think they've got a good portion of the gameplay all set, and that's why I'm thinking we're probably no more than 2 to 3 months away from launch at this point. But combining weapons allows you to basically use your subclass abilities if you wanted to do that. So for instance, let's say you are a hunter main, but you also want to be able to freeze the dolls when you encounter them. Then you can basically get a multi-weapon together, which has both the techniques as well as the hunter main abilities in it at the same time, rather than having to use up space on your sub-palette like down here. Oh, we got rares here. Alright, I want to wait for my photon points to charge up first here. These are rare critters here. Come on, photon points. That's actually the wrong one. I want to use this. There we go. Gotcha. I guess the other thing that we still don't know is what other kind of damage types there might be in this game. Like, for instance, there's always the potential that with any new game, there could be a need for an ability to do damage that's not just only of just physical, ranged, and magical, but perhaps consider things such as blunt damage versus slashing damage. And that's how having a multi-weapon like a wand combined with a sword could also come into play. But I don't know yet if that's actually what's in play here. That's just a guess. Not too familiar with Warframe. What do you mean, the Warframe route? I don't know if they're gonna go to, like, the level of Pokemon there, Wolfric, but I kinda get what you're saying. We do at least know that there are several different enemy types, such as, Alters versus Formers, and of course the Dolls, and, there are some other types out there as well. Yeah, Plushie, so we'll have to see. We don't know how everything works underlying in the system just quite yet here. Alright, level 2. But of course, one of the other benefits of being able to... of having a Tekker is also, they're really good at, being able to support healing. Plushie, they do have mags implemented, but not in the way that you're thinking. So this little guy that's floating over my shoulder, he is a mag, but he doesn't do anything to increase my stats. That is actually elsewhere. Let me go ahead and set myself back up with my main, setup here. So, Hunter and Fighter. And we'll get all this set back up. Alright, if we come out to here, I will show you where you can get some stats from a mag. Actually, it looks like there's a target up here right now, so let me take care of this quickly here. Somebody just used satellite cannon. Hey, Retry, how you doing? Yes, the region mag. That's what we'll take a look at next here. Yes, that is in fact Fujin. And, he is missing an arm for a doll, which is interesting. Alright, back this way. Alright, so this guy over here He's asleep right now, but if we get closer... So, we're able to feed him certain items here. And in doing so, we are going to give him some different abilities here. Or rather, he's going to grant us some abilities. Let's see, 161 points, that should be fine. Oh, I'm giving him something expensive, aren't I? You know what, I think that's fine there. So we feed him. And they get really happy with us. And then that pushes them up to level 1, which then gives us certain increased stats here. We could, of course, push them up even further if we wanted to. But yeah, this is called a region mag, and so this basically affects us everywhere. And they go, then they just go right back to sleep. Alright, doesn't seem like there are many players over in this area right now. So, let's bring up the map. And let me hit up this spot. Or actually, no, before that, I just realized that my food buff has run out, so let me take care of that first here. That it is, although not everything is necessarily clean. If we get really close to my cast here, you can kind of see that some of these parts are a little worn down here. And particularly if you look at these lines here, you can see that they're kind of scuffed up and such. So it is possible to get a cleaner looking version, but yeah, it's got there's a lot. There's a lot of attention to detail. Luna's, Luna is kawaii. Actually, I use cast all the time. Alright, I'm gonna make a meal that is 4 of that and 6 of this, I think. Alright. And now let me bring up that map again, and we'll make our way down here again. This is a closed beta, but no, it's actually, it's not just, its own client. Let's see here. Now, what is this? I just noticed this. This seems to be some sort of a group finder? Huh. That's interesting. Alright, let's see. So... It is a closed beta, but it's not its own client. Like, for instance, if I just go here, in the menu, if everything works correctly here, now I'm back in PSO2. And this is my first time logging in on this character in PSO2. And so it's gonna force me to go through the first scene with Shion here. I've done this a few times already, so I kind of know what I'm doing. And then it tells us to do a run through forest. I'll go ahead and do that real quick. I don't have any Maseta on me currently. It gives me a completely different set of items than over on the New Genesis side of things, although you are able to access some of them in the bank here. And PSO2 has no idea what these items are. They're just known as PSO2 NGS items on this particular side of things here. But let me go ahead and set myself up real quick. That goes there, that goes there. Indeed, welcome back to 2012. But you are still able to use, like, the new body types and everything in here. Now let's see. I need to find... I think that was it. There we go, now there's no blur. Unfortunately, my mouse settings didn't carry over with me, so... but I'm not going to spend time trying to figure that out here. I'll just... I guess head for the exit or something. After one more quick group. Whoa! That was quite the combo there. Yeah, the graphical update is going to be interesting to see on the global side. I'll be interested to see what players actually do once they're able to create the new characters.
Emergency code collect.
Alright, they are running away. Let me see if I can take one of them down real quick before I go.
Completed.
Alright, a little too much experience I need to get to level 3. Okay. For the blur, I just look for basically whatever is the shortest name I can find. Alright, so in this case... I switched over to PSO2 mode, Wolfric.
Emergency code due.
All my buttons are screwed up here, so I can't come at them like I usually do. Alright, where's that free revive? There we go. You get 3, or 5 free revives for, like, the first, what is it, hour, I think? There we go. And the reason I did that is there's a reward for going into PSO2 mode and clearing a mission. I think that goes to the owner of the account, though, of course. I just wanted to make sure that got cleared, so that they can get that reward. Alright, let's head back over to New Genesis. And here we are. So yeah, it's seamless in the transition, aside from like a brief moment where there's nothing on screen. Alright, let's teleport back up to the north. Now this is more like it. There's a whole group of players down here to the south. But yeah, in this version, it is so much easier to move around, so there's just a few little things that need to be figured out, and then I think we'll be good to go. Having a gap closer for hunters is going to be a big one. Okay, we got one of the ship urgent quests here, it looks like. Or trials, rather. Alright, and so for this one, we need to hop up here and actually get on top of the ship. And start attacking it. It comes crashing to the ground, and that clears things up. I don't know if this is necessarily the big stress test. I would say that's probably going to come more when, I would say that's more when, whenever they do an open test, or rather an open beta. Alright, I am once again seeing the same problem that we were seeing before here. What is going on? Because I haven't changed anything. Try turning off the psycho-visual tuning. That might help. Nope, that's still not doing it. This really doesn't make any sense, because I didn't have any problems like this earlier today. I guess my question is it the... Which encoder is having the problem? That's my question. Is it the, is it the local copy that's having trouble, or is it the one going out to Twitch? Because if it's the one going out to Twitch, then I actually am going to have to turn things back, in terms of graphical quality when I'm doing, streams out to Twitch. Alright, yeah, I think at this point I don't have a choice. Let me try dropping this back to Tier 5 graphics at this point. It's gonna kick me out of the game to do this, but that's fine. Alright, and now let's try heading back up there. I'm probably gonna get grouped with another group now here, but that's fine. No, even that's doing it. There's literally no reason for this to be happening. The only thing I could think of that would be that would explain this is, like, if it's the local copy, like, maybe if that SSD is, if it's dying or something, but even that doesn't make any sense yet. Hey Xander, how you doing today? And what's strange is it's happening randomly. Like, in some moments it's fine, even when there's, like, a lot of motion on screen. I'm getting a lot of weird frame drops for some reason that didn't happen when I did a stream last morning. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Sorry, sometimes I don't always remember when people have alternate names. Let me try one other thing here. Oh, it doesn't even show up in the list of programs. That's interesting. Yeah, if I look for PSO2 New Genesis, it doesn't even show up on, like, the list of programs that are currently running, so I can't even, like, try to set it to a lower priority than the encoder. Yeah, I don't think this is something that, OBS itself is reporting the frame drops. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this fixed in time for, before the closed beta ends, unfortunately. This is a really, really weird occurrence that this is even happening in the first place, given that it didn't happen at all, yesterday. Hello, Rappy. And, like, in moments like this, there's no frame drops. So the only other thing I could think of that might explain it would be if something is running in the background. As far as I can tell, there's nothing like that. What about doing Xander 117/Arwen? Gotcha. Alright. Will you leave me alone, please? Thank you. Now I'm just trying to see if there's anything else running in the background that might be doing this. But I don't see anything out of the ordinary either. Let's see, I don't want to exit that, because that's just going to cause me to disconnect. Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore here. It's just randomly I'm just getting drops for some reason. The only other thing I could think of, and I'm gonna leave it open at this point here, is if I'm getting like some sort of disk usage spike. And I will be able to see that now if that's the case. But at the same time, I highly doubt it. Given that I'm nowhere close to maxing out the drive, even as it's recording here. This is a SATA SSD, but it should still be good for up to 500 megabit per second when I'm only recording at about 30. So, can't be that as the problem. Alright, how about this then? Since it seems like it's only... The main problem seems to be happening up in this area, let me try teleporting south here. And I want to go ahead and try revisiting one of the quests I ran previously here. The tower quest, and see how that goes. So for that, I need to head northeast. Oh, it's over there. Okay. Alright, let's see how this goes here. Alright, so for this one, I need to collect 5 boxes along the way. I also need to complete this within 23 minutes if I can. And I think I have to take it down without dying more than 2 times. Oh, actually, I need to get my my sub-palette set back up first here. So, that goes there, that goes there. That goes there. No glides. Yeah, this is not the jumping puzzle one. This is the tower quest. Yeah, the platformer is, the one that was actually up on the mountain there. Now, something I can tell you about New Genesis is it appears it is still a single-core game, from what I can tell. Which is a shame. I had hoped that Sega would have learned its lesson to start doing a multi-threaded game at this point. But just looking at my task manager, that doesn't seem to be the case. Yep. Now that's a shame that I fell from that. How did I even fall from that? Wait a minute. Okay, something got reset here. Hang on. Alright, I'm gonna... Where was this setting again? There it goes. Okay. So now... Okay, that button just reset everything again. Hang on. audio. Okay, so I gotta get this one as I'm rising towards the top. Nope, not quite. Oh, good point. Last time I was able to get in there, or I was able to grab it without a problem like that. And you know what? That might actually fix the other problem I had last time. So once I get over there, I'll give that a shot. Alright, let's see how this goes this time. Yep, that's exactly what I had to do. I need to actually use my weapon to get over there. Yeah, I kind of figured that was the case. I wonder if Sega told them directly that they needed to do that. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, there's the last box. And now we're on to this big guy. That did some damage. Yes, indeed. Good point, so I don't get interrupted. Comes out so slow. What is going on? I'm letting go of my spacebar and it's still doing it. Alright, quest clear. Alright, I actually want to try that one more time, hopefully this time without the technical issues. Let's see. That's the one? Yep. Let me see how quickly I can actually get through this if there are no, if I'm not having to, like, try to reconfigure my settings at the same time. Alright, that's the first section. Alright, well, thank you for tuning in. Alright, got these two other targets to take care of. And the path is open. Oh, that's a good grouping right here. What is it doing? Is it trying to calibrate its weapon there or something? Alright, moving on. Okay, now this time I don't have my Photon Blast ready, so I'll just have to do the best I can. Alright, just hold still, will ya? There it is. Unfortunately, I didn't get his battery on his back. Oh well. There goes the battery backpack. Or battery pack, rather. Oh my goodness, his leg is going through the wall. Alrighty, let's see what our time is. 10 minutes, 43 seconds. Not bad. Not bad at all. And keep in mind, that's without me being at max level here. Let's see. So, just for reference, with me not being at max level, if I go under my stats here, I'm actually Hunter 12, Fighter 8, so I could potentially make that faster, but I think that's a good enough time for now, considering it's more than halfway under the goal of 23 minutes. And yeah, I didn't notice any more frame slowdowns in there. So I think whatever happened may be specific to that particular region of the world, up to the north. So I gotta see if I can find any place where the enemies are around level 10, but not in that northern area. Unfortunately, I don't think that's the case. Well, hello, we have an emergency quest coming up here. Yeah, I can certainly understand that, retry. I don't know how they're going to handle it. One thing to consider is that Sega still has yet to do any kind of beta for the consoles between the PS4 and PS5, as well as the Xbox One and the Xbox Series consoles, to make sure that the game actually does run on them. Now, I don't know if that means they're going to release PC first and then work on the console versions, or if they are going to try to go for a simultaneous release. But if they are going to go for a simultaneous release, they better get on those betas. Because I wonder what's going to happen when the game launches and they have to explain to players that they won't be able to participate since they're on console. Okay, yeah, I'm not getting any experience from these guys. I gotta go up north, unfortunately. Although, perhaps what I can do is maybe stay closer to the middle field. And maybe I'll luck out finding high-level enemies there. Yeah, let me head to the northeast, see if there's anything over there. Oh, you're kidding there, Arwen. I think it's just for these servers specifically. You don't need a VPN to connect to the PSO2 JP servers. Alright, so something interesting to note about this ruined area is it looks like a couple of satellites may have cratered here. And that appears to be of what has actually destroyed the town here, or whatever this facility was supposed to be. Because I'm not convinced necessarily that this place was even finished. If you look over here, you've got like these like slabs, like buildings were still in the process of being built here or something. And hey there, theryupichu. How you doing? I don't know about it being the central dome. Yes, and EQ is going to be coming up in about 10 minutes here. So are you looking to take back over at this point? Alright, understood. Okay, so yeah, this is... Oh, excuse me. Don't try to interrupt me here. Alrighty, so... Oh my goodness, I cannot... I can't... Are we done? Anybody else want a piece of me? Okay. Alright, so this is, theryupichu, their account, that they, provided to me so I could, get into, New Genesis, and, so since they want to, continue on at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and yield to them, since they provided me with the details for this originally. But I think I've pretty much done everything that I've set out to do here. The only other thing that's really left at this point is to hit max level, and I don't know if I would hit that in the remaining time here. But this has been a really great experience here, going through all this here, so, over the next several days I'm going to be uploading, this content onto YouTube, plus some more music that I haven't been able to get to previously, and yeah. So, with all that said, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.